Alright, tonight we're going to be starting a lesson on how to use the fireless cooker to cook beans. And so I'm starting the process tonight because we need to soak the dry beans overnight or for about 8 hours. And then in the morning I'm going to add any other ingredients that I want and boil it for about 10 minutes. Then I'll put it into the fireless cooker for 4 hours and then it will be ready. So tonight I have my saucepan of dry beans. And I'm just going to pour water in there and then leave it overnight, and then we'll come back in the morning to see what the next step is. So I've already sorted and cleaned the beans, and now we'll leave them to soak overnight, and in the morning we'll do the boiling. And that's all for now. Okay, it is now morning and our beans have soaked. You can see that they've grown, they're no longer hard. And so at this point, if you want to pour off the water and put fresh water, that's okay. Otherwise, you can leave the water from soaking. You need to make sure that there's at least a layer of water over the beans. So I've got maybe like half an inch to an inch of water there. And at this point, we add anything that we want to have in the beans. So if you like to have cooking oil in your beans, you can put that. If you like different kinds of seasoning, like Royco or these chicken or beef cubes, you can put salt, you can put tomatoes, carrots, onions, whatever you want to put in the beans, you put now. Then we're going to put it onto the fire and let it boil for 10 minutes. And then after those 10 minutes, we'll put it into the fireless cooker. So let's just go ahead and add these things. So I'm going to add one of these seasoning cubes. I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to add some of these vegetables. We'll see how that goes one-handed. We'll rest it like that. Oops. Okay, all of those things go in and they're going to be boiling with the beans. Put it onto the fire. And then I'm just going to cover it. And once it starts boiling, we'll come back and see how it's boiling, and then we'll start timing the 10 minutes. Alright, it's getting close to boiling, but this is not quite boiling. Just wanted you to see that this is not boiling enough to be able to start timing, but it's getting close. Okay, the beans have started to boil. You can see they're boiling quite vigorously. So I've got my timer set on 10 minutes. We'll come back in 10 minutes to put the beans into the fireless cooker. Okay, our time for boiling is just about finished, so I'm going to need to put the camera down to be able to move the saucepan with both hands. But then I'll show you real quick how we pack it into the fireless cooker, and then we'll leave it there for 4 hours. Okay, at this point we have our cloth to wrap the saucepan in case you were cooking with firewood and got some soot on the bottom of the saucepan, or if you used grass for your insulation to keep it from getting inside the food. So we're going to be putting a bunch of blankets over it to make sure that the heat stays inside as it sits here for 4 hours. I'm tucking all of these in around the sides. You want to make sure that you have your fireless cooker in a place where it's not going to be disturbed or bumped for the next 4 hours. And you also want it to be close to your kitchen because you want to be able to take it directly off of the fire and then put it into the fireless cooker right away. Alright, so I think that should do it pretty well. We're going to leave it for 4 hours. Just gonna show you the time and date so that you know I'm not cheating. So it's 8:53. So just before 1 o'clock, we'll open it up and see how the beans are. All right, it has now been 4 hours since I put the beans into the fireless cooker. So we're going to take off all of these blankets from the top. I can feel that it's still warm inside there. It's too hot to remove that by my hand. So I'm just going to take the saucepan out, put it down here. And there are our fully cooked beans. So it's going to be burning hot, but I'll eat one just to prove that it's really done. They're cooked. So that's the method for cooking beans using a fireless cooker. We only needed 10 minutes on the fire and we have fully cooked beans. So that's all for now.